My neighbors just might be surprised this year because my first guest this morning is executive chef of a new restaurant in Newcastle called the Coalman, and Tanner Smith is here to share a few dishes that you can add to your holiday spread this year. So welcome, Tanner. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. This is going to be fantastic.
I may invite my neighbors over for a meal that I learned from you today. I don't know.
Please do. That'd be great.
Maybe that's the gift.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what we're making today, because you've got some beautiful dishes already here, all spread out. So what are we making today?
Yeah, so the first thing we're going to start with, we're going to be doing our beef short rib. This is going to be bone in. We get an English cut, so it's nice and 5 inches. It's these guys over here. We're going to be salting them prior. You want to pull them out of the fridge, let them temper for about a half an hour to 45 minutes.
All right.
This is going to allow the cook time to be a lot more even.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to add some oil to this pot right here.
Any kind of oil?
I like to use just canola with a little blend of olives.
Oh, okay.
We want this a high smoking point. This pan is very hot.
I can tell.
So we're ready to go with that. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to have you grab a piece of those.
Yes.
Drop this in here.
Both of them or just one?
Let's just do one.
All right, let's get this guy. Do you want me the big guy or
Let's do the big guy.
All right, let's do it.
And I'll just kind of block the splatter from you. I don't want you to get hit with anything.
Did I hit it the right way?
That's perfect, yep.
Okay.
We want to do this side. So the last part is the bone side that we're going to sear last, because we don't need a big sear on that, because we're going to be pulling that out when we're going to be plating the actual dish.
Okay.
But we like to cook it bone in. It just adds that succulent flavor, keeps it moist throughout everything. You want that juiciness when you cut into it, because it's not a tender piece of meat until you cook it for a long time.
Oh, so that's like opposite usually of cooking meat. The longer you cook some meats, the harder, the more tough it gets.
Yeah, exactly. But things that have a lot of muscle fibers, you got to cook them longer so we can break down those fibers. That's where we get that fork tender.
See?
That's going to be the great part about it.
All right.
Yeah, so then we're just going to be searing for about 10 seconds on each side. We can go ahead and rotate it. We just want to seal the exterior skin on this. This is going to seal in all the moisture and the juices that are inside this meat.
Which is really, it's such a great, easy thing to do that really elevates your dish, right?
Totally, completely does, yeah.
Okay.
It's such a big step.
You said 10 seconds each side?
Exactly, especially when you have a really hot pan. That's key for any type of searing. You want to have it very hot.
And also, sometimes if it's stuck on the pan, then it's not done searing, right?
Correct. That's the main thing, that you want to preheat your pan.
Okay.
If you don't have a hot pan, you're starting out with something a little bit cold, then it is going to stick. And then you're going to get those like black little bits on the bottom that are going to be bitter. No, yeah, you don't want that. So you want it to be able to release easily. Perfect.
How am I doing?
You're doing fantastic.
Okay, and do you do the ends too?
Yep, we're going to do every side. So we'll go ahead and pop that way.
All right.
I'm going to grab a little plate for you to stick it on. And then...
This is such a beautiful piece of meat.
It is.
And so you go to your butcher and you say, hey, I need, what do I need?
Yeah, you want to get so this is a short rib that we're pulling in. We get an English cut, so these require a big bandsaw to be able to get through that giant bone.
I bet.
A bone saw works too. We have those for like some pork things, but it take a lot of effort. So it's a lot easier to have your butcher just take care of it for you.
I'm manhandling this meat because I can't get the sear on that side.
And then we'll go ahead and stick it there right after.
Okay. All right, so what's next after we sear the...
Yep, after we sear that, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of red wine to deglaze in the pan.
Okay, so we take this out and just freehand the wine?
Yep, we're going to do a tiny bit. Perfect. Do a little bit more, like about a cup worth.
Okay, maybe that's done.
And there we go. Perfect. And then a scoop of that sofrito. That's the tomato, fennel, celery, and onion.
So it's kind of like a mirepoix, but with tomato?
Exactly. So a mirepoix, let's go a little bit more on here.
Okay.
So it's getting a little poppy.
It's a little poppy.
There we go.
That's okay. I burned my coworker once with oil.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, oh yeah, it was really bad.
There we go. Okay.
Sorry, Gloria.
Perfect. Okay, from here on. Now we're going to go ahead and reconstitute the beef to this dish.
Okay, re-put it in there?
Yep, because this is now going to get ready to go in the oven. It's going to be a
bone
braise.
side down or?
We're going to do bone side up.
Okay, bone side up.
Perfect. And then there's a little ramekin right here of some awesome stock, so we're going to add that in there.
Okay.
So this stock, like right now, because we're coming out of the holidays, this is great for what we were using there. So we took some old turkey bones and everything, roasted them down, made some awesome stock.
And made your own stock.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to do that one day. I have not ever done that.
Pop it in your freezer.
Okay.
Use it when you need to. Yeah.
Okay.
And then this is going to get a lid on it.
Okay.
It's going to go in the oven. This is going to roast for about 3 hours for this size.
3 hours?
3 hours,
Okay,
yeah,
so
about 350.
if I'm doing more than one.
Of course, then you could just fit them all in here.
Okay.
You can use a big like cassoulet dish, a big like large baking dish.
Okay.
You always want to have your liquid about halfway up your meat when you're going to put it in. That way we don't get evaporation and we don't char the meat.
Okay.
Yep.
Can you use like a Dutch oven?
Totally can.
Okay.
That's perfect. Yep.
All right. Now what?
Next up, we're going to be getting ready for the next step.
Okay.
So this with the magic of what's going on, we're
With
going
the
to be
magic
moving
of
on.
TV?
Yep. We're going to be cutting some carrots and getting
Okay.
our smoked carrots ready.
Alrighty, so how do you want me these carrots cut?
That's perfect. Yep, we'll just do little medallions, about half an inch. It'll be a lot faster for the cooking process.
All right.
So we're gonna be doing a smoked carrot puree with this dish.
Smoked carrot puree.
Yep, and this is easy at home. We have a little pot here. We threw some wood chips in the bottom of it.
Okay.
Heat it up slowly. We'll just reduce the heat a little bit. Perfect. And then you're gonna grab those carrots. I'm gonna open this guy up right here.
All right.
And we're gonna go ahead and put those right on top of that foil. We created a little foil lid on top of our wood chips.
I want you all to see, I wish I could show you this. Maybe I can. If you could see, there's the foil, and the wood chips are underneath that, which I'm not going to touch because I will burn myself. But just easy like that. So if you don't have a smoker, this is so great. I mean, obviously I'm not smoking a big piece of meat in here, but if you want that smoked flavor for this.
Exactly, it's something super subtle. It takes 15 minutes. So we
Okay.
just pop the lid on, seal it up, leave the heat on for about 5 minutes to let it fill back up, and then we just turn the heat off, let it sit for 15. And after that, then we create our puree for that.
Awesome.
That requires just blending it, mounting it with a little bit of butter and cream,
Okay.
just to get this lusciousness.
Before we finish this dish, I want to ask you about some of the other dishes here, because I keep staring at this. What is this?
Oh yeah, this is a great one. So we just put this on the menu. This is our Brussels sprout toast. So we have Como bread that we get from Grand Central, fantastic thick sliced, cooked in butter to caramelize the edges. We top it off with house-made ricotta with some lemon zest, and then we have some pan-seared shaved Brussels sprouts, finished with chimichurri, fried onion, and then Urfa Biber spice around the edge.
Okay, forget you.
Yeah, it's just,
Forget
it's
you.
great. Over here we have another one. This is also a winter dish. It's so great. We have the delicata squash with farro compressed apple, some pomegranates tossed in a mint pea stew. And then the next one over here is the sour cream creme fraiche dip. This
Okay.
one's with a shallot vinaigrette, some chili flakes. Comes with Ruffles potato chips.
Yeah, and
to
like
make
it's
it nice
served
and,
with Ruffles.
I know, because we want to keep it like, nice
Okay.
and fun for
And so what are you
everybody
doing
here.
with caviar here?
But this is our caviar dip.
Okay.
So we have our oyster caviar here.
All right.
So we do a big dollop of that, drop it right in the center.
Okay.
And we load this guy up, and that's how it comes to the table. I
Okay.
want you to taste this because it's just great. So let's just do a little like that.
Oh, okay.
Boom.
And then just go ahead.
Yep, just go ahead and try that out. Super fresh, amazing.
That is so.
Yeah, some sturgeon caviar. It's the best.
I started my day with caviar. How about you? All right, before we run out of time, I want to try the short rib because.
Let's do it.
By the way, this is how it looks plated, beautiful, on top of the carrot puree. Very simple, very elegant.
Yep.
All right, should I just dive? Oh,
You should. Oh,
who needs a knife?
Yeah, you don't need a knife.
Who
yeah.
needs a knife?
It just pulls right apart. It's fantastic. Yeah, you get the smokiness from the carrots. You get that nice demi on the top.
Dude.
Yeah, can't beat it.
That was beautiful. That was a beautiful dish. Thank you so much.
Fantastic.